Welcome to Expanding Truth. I'm your host, Convetter with the E instead of O. Welcome to day one of, why is it day one of our Atheist Week? We already responded to all the people we wanted to respond to. Well, the problem is, on my first video with Richard Dawkins, I said some things that people misinterpreted and were beating on strawmen in the comments. And as a man who honestly wants to expand the truth, I had no choice but to read the video so people don't misinterpret the things I say. So anyways, this is day one of our Atheist Week, and let's respond to Richard Dawkins. Richard Dawkins, give us your best shot.
Having said that, it is a very interesting question, because a universe with a God would be a very different kind of universe than one without. So the most important reason is there simply are no reasons for the existence of a God.
So Dawkins' first argument is that there are no reasons for a God to exist, which is obviously super falsifiable. There are so many reasons for a God to exist, and just to point out one, the fine-tuned aspects of our universe. Now, I could obviously make a video on the teleological argument, which I will. I think that's actually going to be one of my videos coming up here soon. It's called the teleological argument for the existence of God. Anyways, that's just one argument for God. That's just one reason God exists, because of the fine-tuned aspects. We also have moral knowledge and so many other reasons for God to exist. Alright, Dawkins, give us your next one.
What other arguments are there? The argument from first cause, well, that shoots itself in the foot, because if you're going to postulate a God as a first cause, you've then got a really big problem explaining where the God came from. Really big problem explaining where the God came from.
Who created God? This argument is literally probably the worst argument ever created by any atheist in the entire world. Who created God? Well, literally, created gods are not gods. By definition, God is an uncreated, necessary being. So this is not a good argument at all, and if something's timeless, something's outside of time, it don't need a beginning, and that's where God comes in.
So there are no good arguments in favor of a God, and that's all one needs to say.
Then his final argument is basically a replay of the first argument, that there are no good arguments for God, so I think he needs to visit to the doctor. Dr. William Lane Craig, give him a checkup.
In my experience, I think there are quite a number of different arguments for the existence of God. Let me just list some of them that I've defended in my work. One would be the contingency argument that holds that God is the best explanation of why anything at all exists, rather than nothing. A second would be the Kalam cosmological argument, which argues that God is the best explanation for the origin of the universe at some time in the finite past. God brought the universe into being from nothing. A third argument would be the design argument, which holds that God is the best explanation for the remarkable fine-tuning of the initial conditions of the universe for intelligent life. Another argument would be the moral argument, that God is the best explanation for the existence of objective moral values and duties in the world. I would also think that the ontological argument for God's existence is a sound argument, which argues that the very possibility of God's existence implies his actuality, and that therefore, if God is even possible, it follows that God exists. And finally, as I said, I think we can know that God exists through personally experiencing him as a kind of properly basic belief, in the same way that I know that the external world exists, or that the past is real.
Alright, that basically concludes this video. Thank you all for watching. I learned a lot from this video. I hope you learned a lot from this video. And if you want to help expand the truth, then, expand the truth by, subscribing to this channel.